Have you ever heard the story of a hero who rode a great white horse, wore a large black hat, and never, ever lost a fight? Some people call him the Lone Ranger. But did you know that the real man who inspired those stories was a brave black hero named Bass Reeves? Bass wasn't just a lawman. He was a master of disguises, a champion marksman, and a man who was so good at what he did that the outlaws of the Wild West trembled at the mention of his name. Today, we're going to tell the story of the most invincible deputy in American history. This is the legend of Bass Reeves. Bass Reeves was born into a world that tried to tell him he wasn't free. He was born into slavery in Arkansas. But Bass had a spirit that no one could chain. One night, after a brave stand for his own dignity, Bass knew he had to leave. He escaped into the vast open lands of the Indian Territory, what we now call Oklahoma. For years, Bass lived among the Cherokee, Creek, and Seminole tribes. He didn't just hide, he learned. He learned their languages. He learned how to track a trail through the deepest woods. And he became a master with a bow and a pistol. Bass practiced until he was so skilled he could hit a target from hundreds of yards away without even blinking. He was becoming the man the world would soon need. In 1875, the Wild West was a dangerous place. The law needed someone who was brave, smart, and most importantly, excellent at their job. That's when a judge named Isaac Parker heard about a man who knew the territory better than anyone. He sent for Bass Reeves. When Bass pinned that silver star to his coat, he became one of the first black U.S. deputy marshals west of the Mississippi. And oh, what a sight he was. Standing over 6 feet tall, with a long black coat and a giant handlebar mustache, Bass rode a beautiful white stallion. He looked like a king of the plains. But Bass didn't just use his strength, he used his mind. Sometimes he would dress up as a poor farmer or even a messy outlaw to trick the bad guys into surrendering. He arrested over 3,000 outlaws in his career. And here is the most amazing part. Even though his hat was shot off his head and his belt was grazed by bullets, Bass Reeves was never, ever wounded. Not once. He was truly invincible. Bass Reeves lived by a simple rule: be the absolute best at what you do. He didn't care if people doubted him because of the color of his skin. He let his excellence speak for him. He was so fair and so honest that even the people he arrested respected him. He showed the world that a hero isn't just someone with a badge. It's someone who commits themselves to being great every single day. When you practice your reading or your sports or your art, remember Bass Reeves. He didn't become a legend by accident. He became a legend because he worked until he was the best. So the next time you see a hero in a white hat riding across the screen? Remember the real man behind the mask. Remember the tall man with the silver star who brought peace to the Wild West. Thank you for joining us for another story of greatness. If you loved learning about Bass Reeves, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Black Legends and Stories. Until then, keep your head high and your heart brave.